12 seconds. Right away, here come the... So the Florida Tech defense will be tested right away. The temperatures, by the way, through the rest of this one should stay in the mid to upper 70s for most of this one. The wind will vary between the east and the east-southeast at about 5 to 10 miles per hour for the length of this one. Our officiating crew tonight is Javier Maza, Shannon Yenner, and Janina Klotzkin. Shot clock inside 50. So the Florida Tech defense is going to have to be tested right away, and I believe that shot went wide of Robinson. I don't know if Bridget redirected that. PBA will keep the possession, and they're able to score. What a good feed that's put home by Keira Limpert. And now they'll take their second turn with 2 minutes. 9:40 to go here in the first quarter, and still just the one goal so far, which PBA got after 70 seconds. Mallory May over for Craig, and now McGuire on the left. Elsie Richardson said the most important thing that they went over in the last 2 weeks was their discipline in terms of not just defense, but their shot selection as well. McGuire cutting inside, and that is Abby Cudzillo, who's able to beat Luber up high. And with their first shot on goal of the night, Florida Tech tie the game thanks to Abby Cudzillo, has the free position. We'll see how they play it. They're on the run-up, bouncing shot. Did that find a way through? Yes. They will say that that went through. Luber turned around and picked it up, but the official along the side said that that did cross the line. Opportunity here, and it should go to Ailish Fitzpatrick. Ailish 1 of 2 from the spot this year. Thought about it, instead worked it behind to Cudzillo, and that was the right idea. Abby had the perfect angle. Luber had no chance. Cudzillo has her second of the game and her 18th of the season. Over it goes to Annika Limpert. Fitzpatrick covering her, and now McGuire. Like we said, you will see player at all 3 phases of the game. With it now with Sutton. And that one finds its way through, off the post and in. That froze Bridget Robinson, and it's a 3-2 game. And this is a PBA team. They are built differently than they've been in years past. Another draw win for Florida Tech, and here they come. Oh, yeah, it looks like McGuire took another shot up high before she brought the ball back out. Sophia doubled. Now drawing the assignment is Hassel. This is Cudzillo. She is so good cutting from behind the net, and as soon as she gets that first glimpse of goal, it's open for her. She feels like she's in range as soon as she sees net. Cudzillo back to Bender. A 2-woman game behind the net here, although Cudzillo is going to have to knock this back out to Fitzpatrick. Jillian Craig with all kinds of space, and you don't give her that. And Palm Beach Atlantic. It's a free position opportunity for Craig. Going up high, and I don't know if that one hit the crossbar or the post, but Florida Tech do get the rebound thanks to Ella Brophy. Hurt surveys the scene and gets it to Scichilone. Florida Tech had 53 to shoot. They did get the partial reset because it did hit the post. Back to Jill. Not the easiest shot, as Jill kind of got pushed to her left by a defender, and Sophia Scichilone was not going to make the same mistake. Puts it home, and Florida Tech lead 5-2 on Sophia Scichilone. 1 each for Jillian Craig, Sophia Scichilone, and Claire McGuire. Panthers have possession to start the second. And 51 on the shot clock as that held from the end of the quarter. Back over to Craig. Panthers have really asserted themselves offensively in that first quarter. It felt like they were pretty much camped in the Sailfish end for most of it. Zillow looking for Sofie Bender, able to beat Luber up high. And Florida Tech 30 seconds into the second quarter. Finds tonight for PBA. So Bender will get credited with the goal for Cudzillo. That is her first assist of the night and 15th of the season. It is a 4-goal lead for Florida Tech, who so far have called all the shots. From Sofie Bender, that is career goal number 83 and career point number 117. Last time out, she actually entered into the Florida Tech all-time top 10 for assists with her 35th. Tied her with Molly Kaplan, who was a terrific 5-year player from 2017 to 2021. This was a part of the 2 quarterfinalist teams in 2017 and 18. And then when that core moved on, really it was, you looked at her and Alexis Townsend were kind of the driving forces of the attack after that. With it here is Sutton, being guarded by the freshman Del Valle, and went to the far post, and it bounced off the post and in, and Peyton Sutton has her second of the night, as he'll get it back over to Bridget Robinson and now to Ogren, who had a career-high 5 caused turnovers against Grand Valley State. Scichilone has a ton of space. Looking to bring it behind net. And she gets away from Assel. And now to Cudzillo. Good cut by Hurt. Veering to her left. Gets it back to Abby and now Sophia. Plenty of time for Florida Tech to shoot, and they don't need it. Sofie Bender said, why would I do that? I can just take care of that right now. Having trouble trying to start the attack. I believe now that's Keira Limpert going at Del Valle. And the center for Sadie Splinter, one of the other pairs of Splinter sisters on the team. Sadie is the freshman. And that will be Keira Limpert, who converts for PBA, and it is a 3-goal game once again as Annika Limpert, and that'll spring the attack. It's Sofie Bender with a lot of room and options on both sides. Bender might just take this herself. Instead plays it for Campagna, who was right in front of goal, puts it by Luber. That's Callie's second of the night. And shot to take with 4:27 to go here in the first half. Craig on the run-up, puts it home. And Jillian Craig has her second of the game. But anyway, here's Bender on the run-up and converting. And that is a first-half hat trick for Sofie Bender. And here come the Sailfish. This is Tribble on the right. And into the center, and good movement here. And that's put home. That's Olivia Larges. The Sailfish's leading scorer in the opening minute have pretty much been in control of since, as Scichilone tried to go with the low sweeping shot. It went off the net on the side and out, but Cudzillo will retrieve it. Opening night in the SSC, though non-conference not entirely done. Embry-Riddle will play Lander tomorrow. Actually, conference play started last night when Embry-Riddle defeated Rollins 18-15. It was the first SSC game of the season, but just about everyone else opening tonight as Craig fires and beats Luber. The flag was up, but I think they're going to allow the goal to stand. One of the very best to ever wear the uniform here, and that's, of course, the legendary Sarah Grenier, who had 39 assists in her career. And Phoebe Hurt's penalty has been killed off. So I don't believe the Sailfish even got a shot off there during the possession. So well done by the Panther defense, who for a second game in a row have looked pretty sturdy. Fitzpatrick with the shot fake. And now back over to Phoebe with 21 to shoot. Looks like Florida Tech have had their spot tonight that they've really operated and gotten a lot of their goals from. Phoebe crushing the net, firing, and able to put past Luber for the goal. And Florida Tech really starting to assert their dominance here in the third quarter. And a free position opportunity here for Florida Tech, which I believe is going to go to Cudzillo. And Meredith Shallow, the 5'6" sophomore, now in goal for PBA. And Abby Cadzillo promptly greets her. First three all came on the man up in the first half. And McGuire looking to add to it. And that finds its way through. Claire McGuire's got another. That's her second of the night. And the Panthers now lead it by 10 with 8:08 to go in the third quarter. And Florida Tech showing no signs of letting up. And they're going to need it. And they've got to learn that, because the schedule does not let up from here. Saturday night, they will go to fourth-ranked Tampa, who will be coming off a hard-fought loss to Lynn earlier this evening. Next Wednesday, they go to 11th-ranked St. Leo, who we mentioned are in overtime with Florida Southern. We'll go to check that. That game's still in overtime, tied at 14. Their next home game after tonight will be on next Saturday, April the 4th, against Rollins, as Sophia Scichilone somehow finds a way through to put that home. Saturday, April the 11th, against number 8 ranked Lynn, who will certainly be moving up in the polls after their win tonight over Tampa. And then they will close the schedule on April 14th against number 2 Florida Southern, as Abby Cadzillo has another, and Florida Tech doubled that in 3 quarters. But a free position opportunity here for the Sailfish that falls to Izzy King, and that got by Bridget Robinson, finding the back of the net, and that'll make it 17-6 with 12:38 and counting here in the fourth quarter. 34 mark of the second quarter, that made it 7-4. And from that point on, the Panthers have outscored the Sailfish 10-2. PBA looking to cut into the deficit from here, and they do. And a feed there from Bella Marciano that ultimately found Alex Such, the freshman out of Leesburg, Virginia. That actually Truby will sit, and entering for her will be Kirsten Kelly, junior out of Ohio. PBA not content to just run out the clock either. They certainly want to work on some things and build up some momentum for Embry-Riddle on Saturday. As closing down is Forrest against Skylar Splinter. I mentioned Sadie earlier. And on the run firing, and that will beat Bridget Robinson. And that is a first of the night for Skylar Splinter. That is her 6th of the year. Opportunity for Florida Tech with the clock running at 3:42 and counting left in the ball game, as Sofie Bender will go for the hat trick and gets it. And that'll cap quite the night for Sofie Bender. That's her 3rd. Palm Beach Atlantic, and Florida Tech all but took her out of the game. And part of that's been the fact that Florida Tech have basically defended through possession, as Scichilone wanted to add to it and denied by Shallow, who has been pretty effective. That's her 6th save in 25 minutes of action. Florida Tech will get this right back, however. This is Haley Rosa seeing her first action of the night as we're inside the final 90 seconds. Rosa firing, shot just wide. Florida Tech had people ahead, and Cadzillo will bring it back into play, as I believe the game clock is ahead of the shot clock, so Florida Tech can just run this out if they want. A dominant showing here tonight from Florida Tech, who were in control from the word go. So ball will go back out to Marin Crowley with 48 seconds remaining. And this will be encouraging for Kelsey Richardson and her assistant Hannah Hilkoff, as they'll still have 6 games left to play in conference play. Up in the air, there's no draw control to even be won there. This one is over. The Panthers record their 4th win of the year with a 19-8 victory over Palm Beach Atlantic. They outshoot the Sailfish on the night 39-16.